glove of peace on his trunk there, and a real Cockney crew he's got in Jimmy Tibbs and Ernie Fossey working with him.
In Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, the great and only Barry McGuigan!
The great and only Barry McGuigan, says the Master of Ceremonies.
At the weigh-in at 1 o'clock, Perez scaled 9 stone 5.5 pounds. McGuigan scaled 9 stone 5 pounds.
So the referee then, Sid Nathan, been around a long time, and he may well have to retire in June when he gets to the 65 mark. So the big moment now for McGuigan, having fought his way into the ring, he's now going to fight his way out of it. He says he expects a little bit of cobwebs, and he'll be surprised if he doesn't get them. Perez has showed that he's willing to punch. Now this is the style that I've seen him before. He backs off a bit and throws a right hand as a counter. See if he does it here now. There it is, but out of distance. Well, the atmosphere is almost as he got when he fought in Belfast and Dublin in the World Championship fights. Now the man's back. So now with a minute gone, he just shed a few of those fears, I would have thought, Barry. He's got some style, Perez, Jim.
Yeah, he's very relaxed. He just turned his head away from the punch there. You can see he's done this once or twice before. McGuigan, it's a typical start. He's on his front foot, trying to apply the pressure, although he's thinking. You can see his eyes never blinking as he's looking at Perez. He's just taking his time to get started here.
Well, he turned his way there, but he didn't completely ride that punch, right above the commentary position here. Took a bit of the sting out of it, not completely. Minute to go. And the opening. Remember what McGuigan has been saying, it's not just winning that counts, it's how he does it. He's got to be satisfied with his performance to go on. Countdown at the end of the first. Strictly a counter puncher, Perez, and he's not doing it at the moment because he's just felt the real power. I think that jab there, that's really a hurtful blow there. That's a piston-like punch he's got there. Well, Jim, I can imagine McGuigan feeling slightly relaxed now, getting back, get that first round over with, and there's the rundown of the man's achievements there. He's really done it all now. He wants to do it at the 9 stone 4 pounds division. He's come in at 9.5 for this. That's the super featherweight, a weight above feather and one below lightweight. And there's Nicky Perez, or Nico Perez Vasquez. He started in boxing, and he's still ranked by the IBF at number 9 and weighed 9.5 Well, he's got it out of the way, Jim. What do you think now, quickly?
Well, I must have been worried about ring rust, but it certainly didn't show any in the first round. He was landing good punches from either hand, and I think that must have settled him.
Into the second round, then. Oh, good shot, right above me there. A little short right-hander came over from McGuigan there, but at the moment he's absorbing them well, Perez. You can understand, although he's been stopped, you can understand now that he has not been counted out, he says. There's no intention of being counted out. Well, we'll find out. He's standing his ground a little bit now, Jim. Vasquez.
Well, he's going to have to do that. Perez is going to have to do that because if you allow Barry McGuigan a low punch.
Yeah, and he's pulling a bit of a face with that, but Sid Nathan's giving him plenty of time to get over it. And it was a low punch, and I'm afraid Barry McGuigan has been a bit doing that in the past a few times. He's got away with it. But they're wearing the obligatory foul-proof protectors. And on with the fight, the family jewels intact. Well, he's having a go to the body now, Perez. Well, there's one thing, Jim, whatever happens now, Perez has shown he's no mug.
Well, Perez is going to have to stand his ground, because if he allows McGuigan to get back into his old routine of pressing forward, then he's never going to trouble him. But he's going to have to stand his ground, but he's doing that now, being a little bit reckless, dropping his hands. He can't do that with McGuigan. McGuigan seems to be enjoying the extra weight, a little bit extra power.
He got a little bit of a forearm follow-through there as well. He might have been out of the ring, but he hasn't lost any of the tricks, McGuigan. Punishing left-hand jab he does. He's got such an exceptional reach for a little man, McGuigan. He really has some thick bolts of fists he's got. I always think of McGuigan as the two-handed boxer, but the left-hand jab is paving the way here, Jim.
Well, McGuigan has an excellent jab, and as you said, a very long reach. I think his opponent's feel they're slightly out of range. And then it comes, and here it's good hooking punches again from McGuigan.
Well, he's working up a head of steam now, isn't he, McGuigan? That's what it's all about. And he's saying, well, if you want it rough, I can let you have a bit of that as well. Fighters are cherished in America for being a bit rough, but we tend to be a bit pernickety about them in Britain. And he's now living in Buckinghamshire now, although his home, of course, is still in Clonies. And, Jim, I don't think we need to judge this, because I know that this was a low punch. And there it is. He raised his trunks as well. It was actually on the thigh. And the referee just leading over. I don't know what he's saying. I don't think that had anything to do with the low punch, actually. Beto Martinez in the corner, who runs a big stable in Tucson, Arizona. Round 3. And the former world champion is getting what appears to be a run for his money here, doesn't it, with Nicky Perez? Oh, he's measuring those right hands perfectly at the start of this round now. Get the impression he's calling him on, Jim. That's a bit of a liberty, I would have thought, Perez.
Well, I think McGuigan feels that Perez doesn't have the power to trouble him. So he's just stepping right on up there and banging in with that right hand, and it's working for him. McGuigan really looks fired up.
So badly wants to prove that the defeat by Cruz, that heat in the desert, was not the real McGuigan. Pride's a great factor, but money obviously is very welcome, but on the other hand, good fighters love the spotlight. I mean, the ring is still their canvas. There's sirens going off in the arena. I'm not sure what that's about, but being ignored, but too worried about the fight at this point. Everybody seems to be looking around like it's stopped okay now. Well, people were asking me before about Perez, Jim, and having seen him, I said, listen, don't underestimate him. He probably won't beat McGuigan, but he's going to give him a run for a while. You don't fight 4 world champions and not know what you're doing.
Well, he's going to give him a run, okay, but he's just been a little bit reckless now and again, dropping his hands and catching too many of McGuigan's right out. He's just turned away from that one. You can see he's been practicing that once or twice over the years. But he's dropping his hands and he's taking far too many chances, and the mood McGuigan's in, he's going to pay for it.
I can see now why his mum is worried about him now. This is why he took time out of the ring. He gets hit a bit. Just doesn't appear to carry the firepower to keep McGuigan off. He really picked that one. The back of the horse saw it coming, but Perez didn't. A little bit of mark there, Jim, as he nicked around the left eye, Perez.
No, I saw a little nick on McGuigan's eye. I thought it was a little mark on McGuigan's eye. I think he's cut.
McGuigan just right at the end there. He just pointed to the eye as he went back to the corner. So only Fossey, one of the most experienced men in the business, is going to have to work on that now with the 1 in 1,000 adrenaline that the Boxing Board of Control are the only thing they allowed. That in itself is unusual. Just nicked by Nicky Perez, as they say, just around the left eye there. And I doubt if it was heads, Jim. They haven't really been that close.
No, there hasn't been that kind of fight.
Let's have a look at this replay, Jim. It might have been this punch. That's that cracker of the right hand, which was right above us in the commentary position there. Now this is where the seconds really have to earn their corn to keep him going. Now he's the only fellow in the place who doesn't know whether it's an awkward cut or just a little nick. Into round 4. He's just bruised around the left eye, but has not cut. Watch the body punches now, Jim, isn't he, McGuigan?
Yeah, well, during his earlier career, he was very guilty of dropping 1 or 2 below the belt. That's one of the reasons he lost to Cruz, I feel. But the main thing is he doesn't look like a man who's been out of the ring for 2 years. He's looking very sharp, very strong, and really as though he wants to do it.
Yeah, we're not... Comeback's a media word for fat heavyweights and old men, and you can't do that at 27. He's always been a class fighter. He's not going to go down the hill that quickly. Leading with the right hand, getting away with it. And if he wants to keep it up, he's got a good chance of stopping Perez. But fair marks here to the Mexican. He's fighting him back. What a good battle he's putting up. Brave guy. I can see now why the matchmakers put him in with world champions, Jim. He makes them, gives them a run, doesn't he?
Well,
but now he's got to be hitting with a straight punch there. Crowd on their feet, but Perez isn't. And Nathan really bellowing in his ear. And he's got to let him box on. But for how long now in the 4th? It's all over, bar the shouting, I think. He's taken his stick as much as he can, and I think that's it. He now knows, I can't cope with this guy's punching ability. Frustration sets in, he holds his hands high. But the referee says, I don't want any more. It's a compassionate act by Nathan. The whole ring, they have catapulted into the ring here, as they always do for a McGuigan victory. And he just simply wore this fellow down with that war of attrition that he's got, isn't he, McGuigan?
Yeah, well, McGuigan just started the way he starts every fight. He starts at a pace, works all the way through, I think McGuigan is one of the best pressure fighters Britain has ever produced. He just goes to work right from the first bell, never stops, and eventually he just broke Perez's heart and finally wore him down until he had absolutely nothing left, and the punches that finished him were as good punches as I've ever seen McGuigan throw.
So taking the applause there from the lads, and let's have a look at replay. This was the first knockdown, Jim. He's actually coming at him there, Perez, and then he just waits for him and sinks that one underneath there. That's tucking a clever punch there. That hurt him. Hands up, trying to be the peekaboo style's no good, and it was a straight punch there that put him down. We've been saying about how much power he has in that left leg. And Jim, this is the end.
Yeah, well, Perez at this time had absolutely nothing left. He wasn't actually knocked down at the end of it, but just nowhere else to go. All the fight had been knocked out of him, and a lovely performance by McGuigan.
Well, there it is, the usual carnival in the ring, isn't it? There, as though they're all a party in the street. And words then with Barry and Jim Rosenthal.
Oh, I'm so glad it's over.
Barry, I don't really want to interrupt that.
Wife,
obviously, that's obviously a big moment for you. If you can pull yourself away there for a moment, just sum up what you've done in there tonight and your feelings about your comeback fight.
I think it showed that my timing was well off. I had him gone 3 or 4 times and I was missing the target, but I mean that's only to be expected. I expected, as I said to you during the week, a bit of ring rust, and wasn't surprised. But I felt extremely strong in there, so strong, it's just unbelievable.
How apprehensive were you? Because the build-up was astonishing. We just looked down here. I think you can just see it on a monitor down here. The first time he went, Barry.
Yeah, well, I caught him with a few punches before that, but there were no clean punches. There were devastating punches, but I was slightly off the mark. A wee bit disappointed with my timing, but I'll tell you what, I was extremely... there's a right hand I was missing, and the old right uppercut there afterwards, but the old left hook still there, it's still going, and believe me, I hit that guy with light punches today. I didn't hit him with the real deadeners. I would like to take this opportunity to say how professional my corner work was, and to thank Jimmy Tibbs and Ernie Fossey for their help. Jimmy Tibbs and I have worked extremely well together, and things are working out. We're going up there.
Barry, I was saying the build-up to this fight has been phenomenal, probably even more than some of your world title fights. Have you found that surprising?
Yes, it's been great. You know, the build-up has been fantastic. As you've seen, with the old McGuigan atmosphere again, really happy. Sorry that it couldn't have been Belfast, but maybe again sometime. And I'm just thankful, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank there's a whole team of people that came around to help me, in particular Frank Warren and his extremely professional outfit.
Just finally, Barry, you said you were going to make your mind up about future fights after this one. You haven't had a chance to see the video yet, obviously, but I think you're here to stay for a while, aren't you?
Well, I hope so. As I say, I don't want to start saying anything at this stage. I'll just sit and watch the fight, and I'll tell you in a couple of days. Keep us waiting.
Yeah, we hope to see a bit more of you later in the year, Barry. Thanks very much indeed.